Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, you're still not getting anywhere? Like everyone else is moving forward while you're stuck in the same place, doubting yourself at every turn. If that's you, then this story is for you. Long ago in Japan, a young man named Matayuro walked alone up a narrow mountain path. The air was cool, the trees were still, but inside him, everything felt restless. He wanted to learn the sword. He wanted to feel proud of himself. He wanted to stop doubting his own potential. And yet, no matter how much he practiced, no matter how many hours he spent training, something inside him refused to move forward. He felt stuck. People spoke of a master named Banzo, a man who could shape true talent, a man who could awaken the strength hidden inside someone willing to learn. So Matayuro climbed the mountain step by step, hoping this teacher could help him, hoping Banzo could unlock something he had not yet found. When he reached the small house at the top, he saw Banzo sitting outside, carving wood. Each movement was calm, deliberate, as if the world itself had slowed around him. Matayuro bowed deeply. "Master Banzo," he said softly, "please train me. I want to become the greatest swordsman in the land." Banzo studied him for a long moment. Then he asked, "How long will you stay?" 3 years, Matayuro said. "I'll work harder than anyone." Banzo shook his head. 10. 10? Matayuro's voice rose. "If I try with my whole heart, I can do it in 3. Banzo returned to his carving, his hands moving slowly, steadily. "Then it will take 30, he said. Matayuro frowned, confused. 30? He didn't understand. But something in Banzo's calm, unwavering presence made him stay. Something told him that if he walked away now, he would never truly learn. And so he began. The next morning, Matayuro woke before the sun. His heart was full of excitement. Today, he thought, he would finally hold a sword. But Banzo handed him a broom. "Start with this," he said. "Not a sword, not a lesson, just a broom." Matayuro frowned, but he did not complain. He swept the floors. He cleaned the steps. He carried water from the river. He chopped wood for the fire. One day turned into weeks, weeks turned into months. Still, no sword. At first, Matayuro stayed hopeful. This must be part of the training, he told himself. But as the days passed, a quiet frustration grew inside him. It was the kind that doesn't explode, but sits heavy in your chest. One morning, while scrubbing the stone steps, a thought came into his mind. Why am I doing this? Is this helping me? Am I wasting my time? He looked at Banzo, hoping for an answer. But the master only said, "Pay attention." So Matayuro kept going, not because he understood, not because he saw progress, but because quitting felt worse than staying. Slowly, almost without him noticing, something began to change. His hands moved steadier. His balance grew sharper. His mind, quieter. He could not see it yet. He could not name it. But the work, the repetition, the patience, it was already shaping him. One afternoon, after carrying heavy buckets from the river, Matayuro set one down too quickly. Water spilled everywhere. He froze. Then something inside him snapped. "This is useless." He shouted, "I didn't climb this mountain to be a servant. I came here to learn the sword." Banzo watched him calmly. "Do you wish to leave?" the master asked. The question struck Matayuro harder than any strike. Leave? After all the effort, all the hope that had brought him here? His anger faded into something quieter. "No," he said softly. Banzo nodded. "Then keep working. And keep paying attention." That night, Matayuro lay awake, staring at the ceiling. He didn't know it yet, but something inside him had begun to shift. For the first time, he felt a spark of understanding. The journey was not about rushing. It was about patience. It was about presence. It was about learning to move, act, and think with care. And Matayuro was beginning to learn. A few nights later, while sweeping the floor, Matayuro heard a faint sound behind him. Before he could turn, A wooden sword struck his shoulder. He gasped and stumbled. Banzo stood behind him. "Stay alert," the master said. Then he walked away, leaving Matayuro shaken. The next night, it happened again. A sudden strike, sharp and fast. The night after again. Sometimes it hit his arm. Sometimes his leg. Sometimes it came so quick, he barely had time to move. Each strike forced him to be present, every sense alert, every muscle ready. At first, Matayuro felt only confusion and pain. But slowly, something began to change. He noticed small things he had never seen before: the shift of a foot, the sound of cloth moving, the gentle flow of air behind him. His senses grew sharper, his balance steadier, his reactions faster. Even the chores he had once hated began to feel different. Sweeping taught smooth, controlled movement. Chopping wood taught strength. Carrying water taught control. One night, Banzo struck with full force. And Mataro moved, without thinking, without fear. The blow missed him completely. Banzo smiled, a small, quiet smile. "Now," he said, "you are ready." After that night, practice deepened. Matayuro had changed more than the lessons could teach. He no longer rushed. He no longer counted the days. He no longer asked how long it would take. He simply practiced with calmness he had never known before. Every movement, every task, every sweep of the floor or drop of water became part of him. It was not about speed or skill anymore. It was about presence, about becoming steady, aware, and complete in every action. Years passed. One evening, as the sky glowed with soft sunset light, Banzo handed him a polished sword. "You no longer need me," the master said. "You wanted speed. But you stayed long enough to let the training become part of who you are. That is how real mastery is achieved." Matayuro bowed deeply with tears of joy in his eyes, understanding at last that the sword itself was not the prize. The prize was who he had become through the practice. The quiet effort, the patience, the attention, it had shaped him. When he returned to the world, word spread quickly. Matayuro had become the greatest swordsman in the land. Not because he learned fast, but because he learned fully. Dear listener, you may not be training with a sword, but you know exactly how Matayuro felt. You live in a world that celebrates speed. People online post their progress. They show results, not the years behind them. And it's easy to feel slow, or behind, or not good enough. But Matayuro learned something most people never do. Mastery doesn't show up quickly. It grows inside the small, quiet things. Things no one praises, things no one sees. Your slow days matter. Your tiny steps matter. Your quiet effort matters. Even when you think you're not improving. Something inside you is shifting, growing roots, finding balance, getting ready. And if you keep going, you won't just get better. You'll become someone who can do anything exceptionally well. Your moment will come. If this story touched something inside you, stay close to us here on the Pathless Path. Like the video, share it with someone who needs a reminder today, and subscribe for more stories that guide your heart.